I just want to do a quick morning live before I get myself ready to go to the gym. Because for once, today, I actually feel good enough to go to the gym and do reps without pooping all over the gym. So, yay! So I'm going to work out all upper back and shit. Back and shoulders today. Today's for back and shoulders. I'm freezing me willy off. Oh. No, it's cold out. Seriously, I'm already like I don't know. I don't mind cold weather, but like I don't like the hot weather. I just wish I could find a nice and happy medium. There was a bit there towards the end of the summer where it was like a nice medium. I could sit outside. It's nice. It was nice. Yes. But yeah, I've been watching Fresh and Fit. Those guys are fucking weird. Like seriously, how are you gonna make your entire how are you gonna make your entire identity about being with one chick or whatever, and then giving out like just this horrible like misogynistic advice and whatnot, and then they calling out other creators and shit, being like these guys are fucking saying shit for clout and dibbity dop, and dude, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's funny as hell to watch though. I'm enjoying it. You got young Don telling them stuff. You got Abba and Preach roasting the shit out of them. It's funny. Yeah. I don't fall on the side of misogynists very often. So, Fresh and Fit don't really got my vote. Because I don't hate women, so we don't see eye to eye, I guess. Like, there's also a lot of creators right now. I don't know. There's a lot of creators that are like licking the boot for that conservative dollar. It's so easy. It's so easy. Just say some hateful shit, some racist shit online, and get paid. That's all you gotta do. Like get that conservative dollar. You know, say some racist shit. Drop an M-bomb, drop an F-bomb on live, on whatever, on your podcast, on your thing. You know, do it on the news, whatever. Just say the most racist, disgusting shit ever, and you'll get that conservative dollar. Get that conservative dollar coming in. And they'll give you as much money as you want to be as racist as fuck. A lot of creators out there, unfortunately, that I see ripping on the black community, and I'm like, dude, you're black. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that one really gay kid that always loves to shit on the black community and talk up conservatism and how the black community is the problem with crime and shit, and it's just like, dude, how much are they paying you for per video? Like seriously, how much is the conservative party in your area paying you? Like $7,000 a video? What are we talking here? Because I know that they're paying you something. Because you're Uncle Tom and up the crazy in here. We got a lot of minstrelling going on, tap dancing for the massa. And I ain't about that. And I'm white and I ain't about that, bro. Like, I fucking can't stand, like, today's white people. Like, because it's all about white nationalism right now, you know. Oh, this country was built upon white people. And I'm like, no, quite the opposite, actually. I don't know what white people's obsession is with black people, but like it's there, it's up there, and it's like obvious. It's like it's hard to ignore, because like you see these white supremacist channels, and they'll be like, look at how easy it is to pick cotton. If we had known that you guys were going to complain, we would have just picked it ourselves. Motherfucker, no, we wouldn't have. Like, we're white. We're lazy. Shut the fuck up. Like, part of me is indigenous, and I'm like, my family came here to Canada and then immediately got along with the Native Americans. That's why I'm part Native, bro. Like, so, like, when people tell me, go back to my country, I think it's funny as fuck. Because I'm like, dude, I'm French Canadian and indigenous, both of which got here before the English. But whatever, like, people assume that, like, when the Pilgrims got here, they were like, how? And, that the Indians didn't. The Indians spoke fluent English when the Pilgrims got here. They already spoke completely fluent English. They had heard it before. They already knew how to speak Spanish and French. So, like, yeah, the idea we came here and the savages didn't even know the language. That's not how that worked. Like, at all. Anyway, back to my original point. I was seeing these videos from I've been watching these videos from Abba and Preach about Fresh and Fit, and I went and I watched some stuff from Fresh and Fit. And Myron, you got some hang-ups, my friend. You got some hang-ups, my boy, about women. About women, my friend. You can't build your entire identity around, this is my girl. My girl's awesome. My girl lets me do whatever I want. My girl. Like, well, she ain't your girl anymore, Myron. She's happy with someone else. So I don't know what you're gonna do about your identity anymore. Like, so I think it's pretty funny watching these guys on Fresh and Fit just lose their shit over what's going on with Abba and Preach and the Young Don, and shout out to Young Don. That guy's funny as hell, by the way. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's funny. That's one thing I can definitely say. It's for sure is watching the shit between Abba and Preach and Fresh and Fit. If I can gather anything from it, it's fucking hilarious. Like, Myron, I'm not gonna be on your side because I don't hate women. So we have a fundamental disagreement there. Like I have this thing where I don't hate women. Yeah, so we might not see eye to eye on things. Hit like and subscribe for playing music later on, and also for a Cherry Rush cartridge. I'm not going to give you one, just the fact that I have one. Oh, I can't get any views. Well, it's like early in the morning, I guess. Well, it is where I am anyway. Dude, Jesus. My air mattress keeps losing its inflatedness when I'm sleeping on it. So, oh my god, at least twice last night I was sleeping kind of more towards one edge of the mattress, and it lost just enough weight that the whole thing just flipped the fuck over while I'm sleeping. Like, so in my dream that I'm having, the whole world shifts and everything falls, and then I wake up. But my poor cat, she was sleeping on me, so she got flung off of the bed onto the floor. My poor kitty. Dude, you don't even know. It's so aggravating. Every couple hours, I have to wake up. I don't even know how long in between. Like, I have to, I used to, a long time ago. I've been sober 4 years now, but yeah, I used to. I get my implants on the 30th of this month. Like, so, yeah. But yeah, that, I don't even know how often it is, per night, but I have to wake up, put the vacuum on for the bed so that it reinflates itself while I'm laying on it, and then turn it off and go back to sleep. And my poor cat, she's a wonderful cat. She's fantastic because she'll run off. She doesn't like the sound of the bed's motor, and then she'll come back and she'll jump up on the bed and she'll sleep either on my feet or on my lap or on my side. So yeah, every couple hours I gotta get up. I have to wake up, or it was adorable. I woke up this morning and my head's up on part of the mattress that's still inflated, and my feet are too, but my butt and my hips are flat on the floor. So I'm like, are you kidding me? And Saddleizer, my little cat, she's curled up right here, and she's comfy and sleeping. And she doesn't sleep on my chest very often, but clearly she was like, I'm tired and Chi-Chi's sleeping, so I'm going to, we call me Chi-Chi in the house because it means papa in Japanese. But yeah, so she's like, Chi-Chi's still sleeping, so screw it. So she's like, I woke up and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. I'm like, Saddleizer, you need to get up real quick. And I had to put the thing back on as the bed reflated. I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, girl. So the bed reflates, I get back on it, I go, I put the things up. She jumps back up, gets back on my hip, goes back to sleep. So we go back to sleep and whatnot, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, when you're in a dream and all of a sudden the whole world just goes wonk, and everything that you're watching falls, and then all of a sudden you realize my bed's flipping over when you wake up. Oh, God. Yeah, sleep in the dream. I love getting woken up by my deflating mattress every couple hours. Keeps you on your toes, right? Make sure you're not in Inception at any point in time. Like, just by the bed makes sure of that. What did they call it in Inception when you wake yourself up? A kick? It was called a kick or something. Well, the bed gives you like a kick every like 2 hours. It's like, are you sleeping soundly? Are you sleeping soundly? Wake up! Oh God. Like, are you having a really wonderful night's sleep, which you haven't had in years? Cool. I'm gonna deflate the mattress about halfway down, so that when you wake up and you turn, all the air will move to the other side of the mattress and you will fall directly to the floor. Oh boy. Hi Zoto, Fox for life. I'm complaining about how my mattress and I have been in a fight for several nights, and I'm not gonna lie, it's winning. Like, I'd say that I was kicking its ass, but I'm not. Like, but whatever. I make do. I don't know what's going on. This is like my third air mattress it's done it to. Maybe just air mattresses are not meant to be on for a while. I don't know. Like, but the first one I had started doing the same thing too, and it was a queen size one that had its own motor in it and shit. So I would turn it on, the thing would blow up, but then by morning I'm laying in a crater. So it's just like, I don't know if air mattresses, yeah, dude, I got it, yeah, like, but, like, no, it would kill my back. I got bad, I'm old, so I've got a sciatic nerve problem, so laying flat on my back, that's a no. My sciatic nerve will destroy me the rest of the day. I just got lucky because now I took my weight this morning, I'm 208, so I lost like 10 pounds in the last month, which is fantastic. Because I'm back down to where I started, which means I've lost about 30 pounds. And now my sciatica doesn't hurt as much. Like, I lost a bunch of weight, and my sciatic nerve doesn't hurt as much. I can walk around now, like, without having to, like, stop and sit down. Like, it's some good shit. I want to get a purple mattress. One of those ones. You know, the one with, you can push the egg in it, and the egg doesn't break. I thought that was bullshit, and then I watched someone do it live, like, in front of my face. Like, they take the egg and they just push it right into their mattress, and like nothing, the egg comes right back out fine. So I'm like, I gotta try this thing. I gotta try it. I laid down on it. It was so comfortable. Oh my God, it's like a memory foam, but it pushes like where you need tension and lets go where you don't need it. It's so good. It's so nice. And I had a memory foam mattress one time, and it cost me, I don't know, $800. I got it for on the cheap from like some website. It was like 15 years ago, but like, it wasn't the best memory foam mattress, but it was the best mattress I had at the time. That's for damn sure. I went to sleep in like the position I usually sleep in, kind of that fetal position, kind of like, and I woke up in the exact same position. No change. I hadn't rolled and turned, nothing. Like, and I felt completely rested. It was nice. Like, so I was like, okay, all right, this may not be the best memory foam mattress, but it's the best mattress I've laid on. Like, definitely beats Springs by a long shot. And, yeah. Oh, it's weird now. I'm the one that wakes up early in the house. Feels weird. It feels weird being the only one awake. Because I'm watching Abba and preach, and in morning, and I'm watching Abba and preach and watching them like on a topper for a few years. That was kind of comfy. Nice. Hell yeah. I had to sleep on my when I went and visited my uncle last time I went out to see him before he passed away, I had to sleep on his old army cot. Oh, he was in the Korean War. Let's just put into context how old this army cot was. Okay. From Korea. The Korean War in the 50s. Yeah. Have a nice sleep, Christian. Thanks, Uncle Dave. Thank you. I see that you think I need toughened up. Thank you for that. Wow. Anyway, so I slept on that, and for the first night, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't that bad. I've slept on better, but I've slept on way worse, you know. Hey, J-Fam, good to see you again. I'm just saying about how last time I went to go out to see my uncle. Well, currently I'm having a fight with my bed, but I'm explaining how when I went to go out to see my uncle last time, he was like, oh yeah, I got have a thing for you to sleep on. Now I'm imagining like a pull-out couch, because he always had either like a pull-out couch, extra bed, you know, whatever. But they just moved to a smaller house, so my mom got the guest room, which is obvious. So I got to sleep in the computer room on my uncle's army cot. Right? Not that bad. Not that bad. Except that his army cot was from the Korean War, which was in the 50s. And this was in the mid-2000s. So, like I'd say 2008. Like, so I sleep on it. It wasn't terrible. Second night I sleep on it, rip! I go right through the fucking thing, right to the floor. I'm like, well, that was fun while it lasted. So I'm like, well, Uncle Dave, your cot was great for one night. Great cot. She served her time well under the U.S. government and under you. And, yep, and she's gone. She's gone. She needs her military burial. I'm sorry. My uncle was in the army, so like, oh my god. Yeah, no, he told me this story one time about how I guess his CO, his commanding officer, had gone into town at night off the off the base, and he was drunk, like drunk, causing problems, drunk. So to keep it off of the big watchers list, they swiped a fucking Jeep, went to the bar, picked him up, brought him back to base, got him in his bunk, whatever, got back to their bunks, went to bed. Hopefully no one saw this shit. Oh, my uncle's passed away now, Jay. Yeah, he died from cancer a few years after that, or a couple years after that. But he was a great dude. But he had some funny stories. But this is one of his stories, yeah. So they get him back, and they get a call from their like staff sergeant in the morning, and oh dear. So he brings him into his office, and he's just like, so I heard there might be some problems. There might have been some problems last night. So they're standing there, of course, and you know, standing there at attention, at ease, and they're shitting their pants, because this is something that you could easily get dishonorably discharged for. And when you get dishonorably discharged, you lose a lot of rights. Like, you can't vote anymore, you can't own weapons, nothing like that. And my uncle owned a small armory of weapons. So he was very, very, very responsible with them, though. But yeah, so they get back, and the staff sergeant's talking to them, and he's like, so what's gonna happen is all of you are going up in a rank, and we are never going to speak of this again. So all three of them got moved up from private first class up to corporal in one night. And nobody spoke of it again until years later. But until my uncle told me about it. But I thought that was one of the coolest stories I've ever heard. I'm like, and this was during the Korean War? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my god. No shit. I'm like, no wonder they fucking wanted to keep that under wraps. That would have made them look so bad. Oh my god. Every upper officer would have gotten fucking reamed. So I understand why they all got made corporal. Like, it was like, yeah, the army's good at doing that. They're like, okay, so this was a rescue operation that went correctly, not a picking up a drunk officer operation. And so that's what this was. And you guys did it well, so you're corporals now, okay? You're corporals now. It's that kind of thing, you know? Oh, jeez. What up, Rifflog? Like, but my grandpa had a crazy job when he was over in Korea. They would have to, they'd have to go out on the boats, and whether it was VC or you know, the Vietnam Allied forces or American forces, didn't matter. They went on the boat, they went down the river, they picked up bodies. That's what they did. Like, they'd have to fish them out sometimes with like a hook, like and a pole. It was raining, clearly. It might rain again. It looks like it's gonna. The clouds say it's gonna, but I don't know. Like, it's not nice. Gloomy out. It's gloomy out. But you know, fucking New England. Weather here is insane. It's like somehow cold and humid at the same time. I don't know. I always point that out, but to me, that's a fucking miracle. Like, I don't know, like in a horrible way. It's a horrible miracle. I mean, it can get like this in like, I guess, Pennsylvania and parts of New York and like parts of Michigan, but like somehow magically in the northeast anyway, it can somehow be cold and humid at the same time. And it's just like nature, Mother Nature, like really, she gave us the finger on that one. It is. It's fucking ridiculous. Because like then you get inside and you try to warm up and you're like, now I'm sweaty. And then you take you know, your sweater or whatever off, and like but now you're sweaty and it's cold. So now you're freezing. There's no win. There's no winning. Nature was just like that's what nature was like right then. Oh boy. Well, are you on the East Coast, Ripslug? You can't win. It's like I said though, you know, my mom goes like, well, I think everything here has a purpose, and I'm like, I honestly don't. Well, she's like, and she's asked me before. She doesn't ask me anymore, but she used to ask me, why is that? And I'm like, well, because the universe's kind of deal is birthing things into it only to immediately try to destroy it. Like, which is why I think any of us, the fact that we made it from like inception to being babies born at all, that 9 months that we're in our mom's tummies, like, we're lucky we didn't die then. Like, there's so much that can go wrong between then and being born, let alone being born and then for the rest of your fucking life. Like, the universe is actively trying to kill you at every moment in time, and yet here we are. So we're doing pretty well. Like, I used to live in Ohio, very cold in the winter, but not in the summer. Yeah. Like, like Ohio's the same as South Michigan, near Kalamazoo and stuff like that. Like, I would imagine, or near Detroit. Yeah, it's that, you know, it's that northeast weather. I don't know about northwest weather. I've heard it's very different. Like, it gets cold, but not like here. And, but I don't know. I don't know. I've never been. Central California. That's awesome. I've wanted to go to Central Cal for a while, just because it seems like the one part of California that's somewhat reeled in a little bit. Listen, I love California, and I'm pretty fucking liberal, but there's a limit, man. I have my limit, okay? Like, morning. Like, I got my limit for liberalism. Like, I am liberal. I'm so liberal, I'm spinning in circles. But I've got my limits. And some places in California got no fucking limits. And I'm like, I don't know how to handle this. I'm autistic. We call things as we see them, which sometimes comes off as really rude. And we don't mean it to. But, yeah, no humidity climate. Yeah, right. Oh, man. Last year, here in Massachusetts, not this past summer, but the one last year, it was so fucking humid, dude, you couldn't breathe right. Like, you couldn't even go outside to enjoy the weather being better, because it was like, if you went outside, it was more humid. So, horrible humidity. Wear my glasses? They're inside. Yeah, when glasses less. I gotta get ready to go to the gym. Not for a bit. I'm not gonna be able to for a bit. It's weird. Because like now that I'm almost 40. Yeah, exactly. There's, you know, every place I've gone to, like, there's like, it's relatively the same everywhere. Like, no one wants to admit that, but it's true. Like, you know, Mess up my eyes. Yeah, probably. They're already messed up. I got astigmatism in both eyes. I mean, it is what it is. Haircut? I did get a haircut. Thank you, Freedom. Yeah, I couldn't deal with the Hitler jokes anymore. I was trying to grow my hair to that nice, like, gentleman's, like, kind of long hair look, but I couldn't deal with the Hitler jokes anymore, so I cut my hair. I'm thinking of going on that Alpha 1 Infuse thing, too, where you can stick the little micro needles in your hair to thicken it up a bit. But my hair's always been kind of thin like this, like, ever since high school. So, yeah. Not till the 30th. On the 30th, I get my teeth. So I'm like counting down the days. It's annoying. Well, it's only annoying because it's hurry up and wait, you know? It's like nothing to do, nothing you can really do about it. But you know it's going to happen, so you're excited. So you're just like, oh, come on. It's like when it's like when I was a kid and my mom told me we were going to Disney World. I was like, are you fucking serious? When? Like, so, you know, when it was like a week, you know, I had to wait. You know, I was like, no. And as of course, a little itty bit, a week was forever. You know, especially to go to Disney World, you know. How do I eat? Well, these studs that I have in my mouth, actually, they kind of provide us like a tooth-like area that I can use to chew and stuff like that. So I guess I'd go with that. I chew using the studs like teeth. I'm a little worried because one of the studs that was over here fell out. And the implant itself fell out. But they said they'd be able to fix that without a problem. So I'm like, okay, all right, you're the doctor. I'm like, cool, man. All right. Tell me, don't worry about that. It happens. Don't worry. I'm like, okay, cool. Nicest doctor. Nicest guy. Like, wicked nice guy. I'm like, oh, shit, I got to do biking today, too. Because I got to work on my core and cardio, so it's like, okay, we're doing some biking today. Like, hold on for a second, guys. I need to go get my water. Okay. I had to grab my water. Mein Wasser. Kaltes, klares Wasser. Any other questions? I'm down. I'm down to answer any of them. I love answering questions. Historical questions, personal questions, but like that term, there are no stupid questions. That is not true. Where am I driving to? Absolutely nowhere. I would not even do a live stream at the same time. That's unbelievably irresponsible. I won't even be on my phone and drive at the same time. Like, I mean, I can't drive right now. I gotta get my license reinstated, but there's another story. Yeah, don't have a seizure while you're driving. They'll blame you. Like, for the crash, and they'll fucking... And Massachusetts has draconian ass, like, road laws. So, like, anything they can do to squeeze $1 out of you and, you know, get you in those classes to spend the money to take the class and reinstate your license, they'll do it. They'll take any step they can, and that's Massachusetts. Welcome to it. But so now I've got to get my license reinstated, then I can drive places. But even in that situation, I would just turn on a playlist and then drive, because you can't even look at your screen for a second. Like, you can't, because everybody else is. God damn it. What do you want, CBS? What do you want? What do you want? What is it? Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, I'm reconnected. Sorry. Was the seizure drug-induced? No, it was not. All I remember is starting the car and waking up in the ambulance. That's it. Apparently, I fought pretty hard when they were trying to get me on the gurney. I don't remember any of that. I just remember waking up, I was handcuffed to the gurney, and I'm like, how'd we get here? That was literally the first words out of my mouth. I go, how'd we get here? And they were like, you were in a car accident. And I'm like, clearly, but what happened? Like, I had no clue what was going on. What happened, you know? So, no idea. And apparently it's relatively normal in people's lives for your brain to sometimes just fart and you'll have a seizure. Some seizures aren't even that, like, extreme, so they'll go by and you won't even notice them. But, yeah. Hey, Nabeen. Doing well. Just enjoying the morning. Not feeling sick for once. That's nice. I don't know what my mom got me sick with, but like I clearly still have it because my throat hurts. But like, so when I go to the gym, I'm gonna have to put like a mask on or something. But then everybody assumes COVID, and it's like, no, I just have a cough. It's a cold. It's a fall cold. It'll be gone in a day. Like, but you know, post-COVID world. Yeah. You guys think COVID was like the new generation's 9/11? Like, I mean, I know that's a stretch, but is it? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, 200,000 people died in the United States. I mean, like, to a kid, that must be really fucking scary. So, I wonder, I'm like, was that their 9/11? Because I know mine, you know, was actually 9/11. I was, you know, a freshman in high school, and I watched them buildings fall. I watched those fucking towers fall. That's how old I am. I watched the towers fall, baby. And, like, sometimes, I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. The new gen sometimes I don't get it. I don't get it. Like you know, people didn't joke about Pearl Harbor until like 30 years after it happened. Like people were joking about 9/11 like 2 years after it happened. It was weird, dude. I'm like, yeah, 3,000 people died. It was the most horrible event in our country since I don't know when. But let's make some jokes out of it. Why not? Yeah, fucking Jesus. Anyways, yeah, that's how old I am. I fucking watched the towers fall. One viewer down. One down. Wow, man, I suck at this. People do not like watching me talk. Ugh. I'll be honest, COVID was an era of empty streets and empty stadiums and faceless people. Nothing but sadness came from 2020. I'm still recovering. But I don't know. I don't remember COVID being horrible for me because during all of COVID, my dad was like at his sickest, and so I was more focused on him and, you know, the stuff that was going on because he had Parkinson's and he had dementia brought on by Parkinson's, so I was more focused on that than I was getting sick. I was also still a junkie at the time, so I was out on the streets smoking crack, and like I never caught COVID. Like, but I also got the vaccine, got the booster shots, but I was walking around outside and I didn't get it. The drill? I'm not sure. But anybody that's saying COVID, some jackass came in my house one time and said COVID was a hoax, and I'm like, really? Because my aunt died from it. Tell her that. I'm like, oh, oh, is it the gay? Dude, that used to be everywhere in the 90s. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, dude, fucking Jesus. It was rough. It was rough, yeah. At the beginning of, like, after, like, my dad got fucking sepsis, and he managed to survive being septic, but that gave him Parkinson's and dementia brought on by Parkinson's. So when he was in the hospital, we had to see him through the window. Like, and the day before he died, they let us in to the hospice care unit. And we went in, he was in so much pain. Like, he was in so much fucking pain because he had, like, another infection had spread in his colon, his rectal, like, area. And so he was in so much fucking pain. And they brought him out of the, the fog, like, kind of long enough for us to say goodbye. But, like, we were, like, well, no, that was the first time we went to go see him. And we were like, please don't do that again. Like, thank you. It was like, we were like, if we come to see him, just let him be passed out instead of, like, in pain. So they called us one day and they're like, you should probably come in to see him. So we went in there and I said all my goodbyes and I cried my heart out and I apologized for my dad only seeing me as a fucking junkie and not being able to see me get my life and my shit together and whatnot. So that sucked. And that was it. That was the end of that. He died the next day. Yeah. Yeah, like, dude, see, yeah, it's like people saying COVID was fake. I'm like, dude, 200,000 people died. You know how many people died in Korea, in South Korea? Like, I think it was like 200. That's it. And it's because they put masks on and actually followed the rule of staying inside and staying out of groups. Imagine that. But we had a dipshit president that wouldn't admit that the fucking virus existed. So finally, Joe Biden came in and fixed the fucking thing. Anyway, thank you for the like. But yeah, no, I've heard of people with like long COVID, and hearing that there's still symptoms going on now is freaky. Like, it makes me really glad I got the vaccine and I keep getting the boosters, because it's just like, dude, I ain't catching that shit. Oh man, I've been watching Will Sasso do Jesse Ventura impressions, and they're so funny. So like, I've been wanting to try one. You know, it's like, I don't live in the continental United States. You know, I live in the Baja. You know, I was wrestling Bob Backlund in 1983 at the Centrum Center, and Vince McMahon called me and told me Castro was on the line. You know. Yeah, I guarantee it was made in a lab in China, and then it accidentally got out. Like, like, that shit happens, man. It wasn't like a attack or anything like that. It was a human error. Almost everything can be attributed to human error besides natural disasters. But don't tell me you don't believe in that. I wouldn't have voted for either of them. See, I live in the Baja. I bring a bit of Minnesota down to the Baja. You know, and you know, I love what Will Sasso said, because he's right. Jesse will go off on these weird tangents, and then he'll just kind of just veer off in another direction. He'd be like, you know, Halliburton was responsible for the BP oil spill, and then he'll just follow it up with, you know what's good sometimes is you just take a tortilla and you just put some scrambled eggs in there and ketchup on there. And if you want to come by, I have extra videos and an extra thing there. You know, and don't tell me that didn't happen. I was there. You know, is that what they told you? Why don't you tell me then? Why don't you tell me then if you're such a patriot? You know, Jesse is fucking hilarious. That dude, oh my God. I don't know. Of course I can hold my breath for 19 minutes, and I was a Navy SEAL. You know, and don't tell me you don't have 3 reps left in you. Don't tell me that, Chris. I was there. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like COVID spread a lot because people didn't listen. Like, you know, it's like, just stop being in groups for a while and take the vaccine so that you get herd immunity. Enough people will be immune to it so that it won't have anyone to go to and it'll die out. Because the virus on its own doesn't survive very long outside the body. It can't. Like, most can't anyway, unless they become airborne. Alright. Enjoy the game, mate. I saw someone, they made a Star Citizen patch, like game patch, that makes it all into Star Wars. Like, the whole universe looks like Star Wars. And I'm just like, dude, what? Like, why can't we have a game like that? You too, mate. The man, the myth, the legend. I'm talking about Herbert Johnson. Oh, man. One person recognized my my rejected cartoons joke the other day when I was on here. And I'm like, for the love of God and all that is holy, my anus is bleeding! Like, if you recognize that joke, we're old enough to be friends. We were in middle school together. Yeah. I miss being, you know, I would do anything to go back to being like 14 and just start it all again. Just start it all over. I would do everything different. Every fucking thing I did, I would do different. Like, oh my God. I would pay better attention in school. I would treat my fucking girl back then the way that she should have been treated. Like, I fucking would have never touched drugs. I would have fucking just done everything different. Every fucking thing. Like, dancing, yeah. Dancing is fun! Yeah! Exactly. Oh boy. I am a banana! I think they got him to come back and do the Pop-Tarts commercials for a while, because that artwork looked similar and it was just as fucking like crazy. Those ones where they were like, Pop-Tarts, crazy good! And it had the stick figures. I think they got Don Hertzfeld to do that. And I think they did that for our generation. They were like, we know how to sell you shit. We know what you were doing on the internet back in the early 2000s. We know because we were there. Like, legitimately, like, you know. That's why, like, you can't tell me that everything isn't catered to, like, 90s and 80s kids right now. And I'm like, dude, that's cool and everything, but stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Like, and the reason I say that is because, like, stuff in the 90s and 80s, it was made for us already. We don't need to harken back to it constantly. It's nice to have a little throwback and be like, ha, I remember that. Like, but then you end up doing what Star Wars did, and you end up taking a massive dump on something that was fantastic. Because you keep trying to redo it. You keep trying to go back, retcon, remake, have a new vibe to it. You know, like that thing in the 2000s. Everything suddenly needed to be dark. And don't get me wrong, I was on that train. I liked it. I liked that they were taking superheroes and bringing them to the dark places. Because I was like, yeah, that's what the comics do. Like, and so I was really happy to see that. But now it's nice to see the superheroes getting treated in the way they should be, which is like superheroes. But now we're in this whole different political climate where people are legitimately like, hey, you can't portray the Nazis as bad guys. And I'm just like, our grandparents hate us. Like, they're all gone. All of our grandparents that fought in World War II, like, they all hate us. I assure you. If there's an afterlife and you're, like, on the side, you know which side I'm talking about. Like, your grandparents hate you. Like, they hate you. All that work that they did for you. But anyway. But yeah, we're at that place. I think there was, like, a game that was coming out where you were supposed to be Azteca and you were taking out, like, the Spanish who came in to, like, colonize the islands there. And people complained so much that you were a brown person killing white people that you can decide to be the Azteca person and fight on the side of the Spanish. I'm like, are we really there? Are we there where racists get that much of a fucking say in things? Like, fuck that, dude. If I made something and racist people are like, well, we're not gonna buy it, I'd be like, good, then I made the right thing. Good. Like, good. Jesus. Sorry, I get worked up over this stuff. I get really worked up over it. This was not the America I was born into. No. But the thing is, now I'm realizing it was. You know, that's the scary part. Is that this is the America I was born into. It's never changed. It's just that when I was young, I had the wool pulled over my eyes. You know, and up until recently, I had the wool pulled over my eyes. But now I don't. Now I am wide the fuck awake. And, you know, people are like, well, why do you have a preference for Japanese girls and black girls? And I'm like, I don't know. They both have very hard work ethic. They're both incredibly intelligent, both incredibly beautiful. And as far as black girls go, they're plugged the fuck in. They know what's going on with, like, the system, the systemic shit that's been going on in it because they've been victims of it. Like, how am I a weirdo? You're whatever, man. Yes, we still want better. That's the good thing. That's the good thing. We still want better. There's more of us that want better than to regress. And the people that do want to regress are going to learn really quickly that it doesn't work out. Like any empire ever that's ever existed throughout history has been hugely multicultural. Like, you know, the Roman Empire, the British Empire, the Ottoman Empire, the Mongolian Empire. All of these empires were massively multicultural. And in order for America to survive, it has to be multicultural. It can't just be white folks. And a lot of us white folks, you'd be surprised, some of us have black in us, and some of us have indigenous, and some people, you know, we're not white. We just present as white. Like my friend, I won't mention his name, but like he's a white supremacist. Motherfucker's Lebanese. He's half Lebanese. And I'm like, bro, you're brown. You are brown. How are you a white supremacist? You are brown. Like, what the fuck? Candace, I don't know how you think I'm a weirdo because I like black girls. That's fucking weird and racist and a whole mess of other things. But it says so much more about you than it does about anybody else. Like, are you one of those people? Stick to your own race! Like, cause, go away. Like, that kind of mindset is old. And it needs to go away. Yeah, no, sorry, yeah. In the order of, I mean, like, it doesn't wipe off all women from the fucking spectrum. I love women. It's just that I have preference for Japanese girls, black girls, and redheads. Like, so, I have a preference. Just like some girls like guys that are over 6 feet tall. But that's something you can't control, you know? So, same basic thing. It's a preference, you know? A girl wants a guy that's in good shape. That's fine. That's your preference. I get it. Like, you want a partner that's going to live a long time. Anyway. JPam's correct, though. Yeah, we want better. You know, that's good. Still keep fighting for better. You know, but yeah, it's like, that's why I like being around black folks. It's why I like hanging around black folks, because they know what the fuck is actually going on. As far as, like, in the government and how things have always been. Like, and I realized that I lived under a blanket of ignorance and privilege my entire life from being white, you know. Hi, Adyor. Hello to Brazil. Bom dia, I think it is. Yeah, so. Oh boy. Well, I don't know. It still looks like it's gonna rain. You know, tut, it looks like rain, but I don't know. It's not gonna stop me from working out today, though. I don't care. Even if my stomach starts bugging me, I'm gonna go to the fucking gym. I don't give a shit. I used to trade heroin for Fetty on the JFM Instagram years ago. That's really fucked up that you'd say that. That's not good, Adyor. That's not good. My thoughts on Epstein. Okay, well, my main one Where the fuck did he come from? Like, what? Like, out of fucking nowhere. Where, all of a sudden, he's fucking everywhere, and he's running an island of sex slave girls, which is an indisputable fact. Like, that our president fucked kids, and like several of our other presidents did too. Like, that's an indisputable fact. But like, big thing, who the fuck was Jeffrey Epstein before he was Jeffrey Epstein? Where did he get all this money and power from? Like, where the hell did that come from? And how did he stay secret for so goddamn long? And then all the fucking sudden, like, it's all out in the light, and he kills himself in his jail cell? Dude, come on. Come on. Like, dude, Watergate was covered better than that. The fuck, bro? Like, oh my lord. Like, oh my fucking Jesus. Like, so I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think Jeffrey Epstein was a fucking monster who peddled in the sex slave trade, which is the most horrific trade I have ever seen in my entire life. Because I've seen behind the scenes what goes on in that shit. And it's the most disgusting shit I've ever seen. That's why, like, guys that claim they're, like, pimps and, like, real-life pimps, dude, put a bullet in those fuckers' heads. Like, it's like, dude, you get 13, 14-year-old girls hooked to heroin so that you can start pimping them out. And, like, fuckers like Jack Doherty, if I ever come up on your fucking feed, dude, you're just as bad as them. You're just as fucking bad. Signing up girls to fucking OnlyFans deals where they have to sign NDAs that they can't explain, and then they have to do all this fucking porn and shit, and you get, what, 25, 50% of the cut? Like, dude, you are a pimp. Fuck you, dude. Like, fuck you. I'd go through your bodyguard to get to you. Like, ugh. I've seen behind the scenes because I've seen, like, cop videos and videos from gore sites that have to do with these things. And they don't show the acts of what goes on with these girls, but they show what goes on behind the scenes when the sexual acts aren't going on. And I've had police officers explain to me what goes on in these human trafficking cases. And it's the most horrible shit I've ever seen. You know, you'll hear, like, one guy told me this girl, she woke up, like, I don't know, like, I've heard of, like, this girl waking up from a passed out state, and the only thing that, like, her brain could know how to say is, I'll suck your dick, daddy, I'll suck your dick, I'll suck your dick, daddy, and she's, like, barely the fuck awake, you know? Tell me that's not monstrous on another level, dude. Like, no. Pimps? I don't got time for that shit. And, like, Andrew Tate, Jack Doherty, all of those fucknuts, it's all the same story. They're pimps. They're pimps, dude. Like, they want to not call themselves pimps, but they're pimps. I'm like, just because you're doing it digitally does not mean that... I don't know if I'd go that far. I don't know. I'm a little... Like, I kind of agree with you. The sex trade sucks because it's predatory as fuck. However, if you made the sex trade legal and had it kind of contained a little better, it would be safer for the women involved. You know, they wouldn't have to be out on the streets. They wouldn't have to be worried about being arrested, and they could go to people if they were in danger, you know? Like the Bunny Ranch over in Nevada. You know, those girls are safe 100% of the time, you know, and it's illegal prostitution now. So, you know, I'm just saying, like, it has its ups and downs, you know. I think OnlyFans is the worst fucking thing I've ever fucking seen, because it's like, oh, okay, all you gotta do is show some pussy and you'll make more money in a month than some of us do in a year. And yeah, you'll probably pull it off. Like, and I fucking hate that. Like, and yeah, people, like, men are the ones that buy it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm well aware of that, but, like, I'm not, you know, and also, you cannot tell me that it's female empowerment because it's not empowerment if the people who are objectifying you are enjoying it. Okay? If the people who are objectifying you are enjoying what you're doing, you are not empowering anybody. You're objectifying yourself. Like, so no, I don't really believe that porn or stripping is a feminist, like, thing. And I am a feminist. Like, I believe that women should be able to do all of the things that men can do, as far as, like, opportunity and rewards and payouts, all the same stuff. Okay? But I'm not at one of those points where I'm like, we're completely equal in every single thing. In fact, all of everything. Like, it's like, no. Like, physiologically, we're not the same at all. Like, mentally, we're very, very, very much close and the same. Like, but physiologically, that has a lot to do with how we think, too. You know, because there's a lot of things that are pressed upon someone that looks male or looks female. Like, because that's where you start falling into, like, you know, where society thinks you fall. You know, there's where you fall, and then there's where society kind of plants you. Like, and you kind of have to deal with both. Like, it's just, I mean, you can't tell society to just expect something, like, or like just to know something right off the bat without, and then just get, you know, pissed off over it. You can't do that. Right? Who are some politicians you're enjoying? Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is the best president we've never had. I voted for him. And they never should have given it to Hillary. I knew that we lost the second that they gave it to Hillary, because there's Democrats that fucking hate Hillary. So I knew that. And I'm like, oh, well, we lose. Bernie could have beat Trump and we never would have been in this situation. Like, and I love it that they said, like, well, Bernie will be 84 by the end of his, term. Yeah, and yet now here we are 10 years later, and Bernie's in better shape than Biden and Trump. Like, and I love Joe Biden. I think he was a great politician. Man needs to learn when to shut the fuck up. Like, and that's been since the beginning of his goddamn career, when he was like a fucking, like, you know, mayor or governor, whatever the fuck he was. Like, he just needs to learn to shut the fuck up sometimes. It's like, Joseph, you're doing okay, just stop it. It's kind of, but okay, who else? I like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, but I don't agree with her on her position on Israel, because she said, like, we need to give more defensive weaponry to Israel, and I'm like, there's no difference between defensive and offensive weaponry. I don't know if you know that, but I'm just saying. I agree on most of her standpoints. It's just that I totally disagree with that. Like, I disagreed with Kamala Harris on that. Like, I was like, I don't like that she supports Israel, but better choice. You know, but, and it's not that I'm well, actually, at the moment, I kind of am, like, completely against Israel, because I did the homework. Like, I did the fucking homework. Originally, I wasn't. I was like, Hamas kind of triggered this, and I don't know how they didn't know that Netanyahu is a goddamn warmonger. Like, he was just waiting for this. Like, but then I did my homework, and it turns out Israel's been fucking with everyone around them since their fucking inception. So, like, for the last, like, 40, 50, 60 years, they have been provoking the shit out of everyone around them. And then when someone hits them back, oh, man, down to one viewer, whatever. When someone hits them back, they come crying to America. And America's like, don't do that. And I just think we should stop supporting that bullshit. It's like, Israel, you need to cut the shit. You are performing human rights violations, and, like, if it's not clear to anyone by now that you're trying to commit genocide, their heads are either buried so far in the ground that they might as well just be like a carrot at this point. Like, or I don't know what else. I don't know. Or you're seeking not to know. But I don't know. It's a hot button topic. You know, it's a hot button topic. Some people are really on the side of Israel. I'm not. But that doesn't mean I support Palestine as a country. I support Palestine's right to exist. Like, people who are Palestinian have the right to exist and have the right to live, even if their country is a fucking mess, even if without Israel involved. You know? I don't know. The whole Middle East has a different way of thinking, a different set of politics, and a different set of like cultural mindsets that just are different than ours. What's up? I'd love to see peace in the Middle East. I really would. I just don't think it's ever. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Maybe, probably never. I don't think. Like, I just don't. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Like, the cultures just do not allow for the others to exist, and that's just fucking shame, man. Because their big book of, like, how to live your life says that these other people do not have the right to exist, and they don't. I don't know. They don't question that, and they should. Israel is literally he who struggles with God. That's what Israel breaks down to in text. That we think that's all about war and belief. Oh, it's not. Israel was made by the cults of Isis, Ra, and El, all kind of put together. That's where Israel comes from. They're from the groups of Isis, Ra, and El. And I don't care if Israel was made for Jewish people, because before them, Jerusalem had Jewish people, Muslim people, Christian people, all living side by side, and they were fine. And then who came in and ruined it? Oh, the British. Shock. It's why I say, like, over in you got India and Pakistan, which are technically like the same country, but they don't tell them that. Have I been to California? Yes. I lived in LA for like a month. It was fun. I liked it. I had a good time. That was a long time ago, though. Long time ago. But yeah, on to historical things. If you want a good watch that's still gonna like it won't mess you up, but it'll like definitely like put your head on a different position as to like other parts of the world and how things work. Watch the Dancing Boys of Afghanistan. I will do that, definitely. I'd like to get an RV and head around the country and just play music. I think that would be a wicked good time. Just like book a place, head to that city, rest the night, go play, and then go back to the RV, continue. But touring is, playing in general, a lot of people don't know, but like playing and touring is so fucking exhausting. Oh my God. Like, it's insane. Like, because, at least, it definitely used to be. It's better now, because, like, now you can just bring, like, a MIDI controller or a couple of MIDI controllers and use a laptop, and, like, your drummer can use electric stuff. What conspiracy do I have the most belief in? That's a really tough one, because I don't actually really believe in any conspiracy theories. I think they're all relatively explainable, because everyone that I've looked into, when I actually found out like more details behind it, all of them were very much explainable through normal methods and through physical and mathematical proof, stuff like that. Chemtrails are it's condensation coming off of the wing of the plane from when it's going through cloud cover and different air types, because air gets thinner as you go higher, so water reacts differently. So no, I don't believe in chemtrails. I do believe that we can seed clouds, because I know we can. Like, we can cause clouds to start raining. That's possible. Like, and they do that in Dubai all the time. Like, but yeah, but they've been crop dusting forever. Like, that's a way to feed major crops. They've always been they've been crop dusting since the 20s. Like, so like, yeah, I mean, since planes became biplanes, stuff like that. So no, I don't believe in chemtrails. No, because there's no reason they're flying over LA and seeding the sky, and it's definitely not working, because when I was there was no fucking rain. Like, The flat Earth like idea is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my entire fucking life. Because even back in the day when they said people believed the Earth was flat, people didn't believe the Earth was flat. Like, no one has ever believed the Earth was flat. The Romans knew that the Earth wasn't flat, and you can prove it wicked easily. Just like put two sticks in the ground like a mile across from each other, and then just watch where the shadows go over the day. They'll be in different spots, which shows you that the Earth's on a curvature. Every single time that a flat earther has tried to put, like, for real, I would give more, yeah, I'd give more, I'd give more prospect into Bigfoot than I would flat Earth. Why would they want to, though? Like, that's the thing. Like, the chemicals that they're using, or the planes that you're seeing these chemtrails come off of, are all passenger planes. They don't have the ability to carry chemicals. I don't see it. I just don't see it. No. I learned about jet trails when I was really young, so I was like, oh, okay. And also, I went on planes my whole life, and I actually watched the jet stream come off of the wing. Like, so once you see it right there, you're like, oh, that's what that is. It's just water coming off of the wing. Nah, I don't see it. Especially whereas, like, during COVID, you know, LA's sky went from being orange to blue again. That was some fun stuff. I highly doubt that. Like, because all the ones that I saw were legit, like, passenger planes. Like, no military look to them whatsoever. Also, didn't have any canisters that would be able to hold chemtrails chemicals that would leave a trail that long. That takes a lot. Oh yeah, it was a cool, I mean, it was a nifty theory. I never believed it, but I was like, this is going to give conspiracy theorists something to go with for a while. It was fun. It was a fun time. I like thinking about, you know, well, what if? But then we get on the what ifs and we start getting philosophical then, and I'm like, okay, now we're getting off track. Like, because philosophy is great, but asking what if can only get you so far. Eventually you have to be like, well, this is if. Like, I don't think there's a Bigfoot. No, I don't think there's a Sasquatch. I think it's stories. I think it's stories from when we were like prehistory humans, and like we ran into like Australopithecus and stuff like that. 9/11 conspiracies. That's a tough one. That's a really hard one, because Osama bin Laden was related to the Saudi royal family when that whole thing happened. And like, so we could have just stopped that whole thing right then. We didn't have to go to war over that, and yet we did. So, and the World Trade Center was hemorrhaging money. And it is kind of weird that the guy who had an insurance thing on it had an insurance claim for terrorist attacks. There's just a lot of stuff that doesn't quite smell right, you know? So I don't know. All I know is that 3,000 people died for it. So it's like, if it was something to get all Americans looking in the right direction, which apparently it seemed to be, you know, it got us all on board with going to Iraq, didn't it? We were all for it. We're not now, because we know the truth. But back then, if you pretend to say that you weren't for the Iraq War, you're lying. You know. Yeah, I'd say it's up there with Vietnam. Absolutely. Who's my favorite YouTubers? I don't really have any. That's a weird, like, I don't know. I've never thought in my life of ever putting a YouTuber as my favorite anything. Like, I guess, what is it? Elephant Graveyard, he makes really good stuff. They make really good stuff. I liked Soft White Underbelly until I realized that he's a fucking predator. Like, then I was like, I started noticing shit like that where I'm like, why aren't you helping these people that you're interviewing? Because it seems like this is just trauma porn. Like, people just talking about some of their biggest trauma. You know, and you're just milking it. Yeah, exactly. Like, Elephant Graveyard did that. There's another one that did this huge, I can't remember his channel right now, and it's pissing me off because he made this huge documentary about the connection between Dean Corll and, like, John Wayne Gacy and these 3 other dudes and this, like, child sex ring that was going on that had to do with, like, high-ranking members of, like, the U.S. government and shit. So now it's like, I'm wondering, did John Wayne Gacy have help when he killed all those guys, like, all those boys and shit? Like, no, that's not the experiment. It's like, oh, god damn it. It's like artificial human life or something like that. Like, some music records. Square Pusher's Hello Everything is amazing. Let's see what else. Blink-182's new album is fucking amazing. Andre Nicotina? I don't know. Other good records. Anything by Gorillaz. Like, anything by the Gorillaz. Their entire albums are fucking awesome. Nice. I don't like Good Charlotte, but I will recognize that good music. Yeah, I mean, good enough music. they're good. They're just not my cup of tea. You know, when they wrote Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous, I was like, oh, so you guys? Bay Area, California, right? I was in this rapper's music video around this area in Lawrence, and I was in his music video, and I just played a drummer. I think he was called, like, it wasn't Academics. It was, I don't remember. But he was from this area, and I got to be in one of his music videos. That was fun. Like, I don't know. He wasn't very good. To be completely honest, he wasn't a very good rapper. There's a reason he didn't make it. There's a reason a lot of Lawrence rappers don't make it. I'm like, guys, are you that surprised? All of your shit sounds the same. You play the same club every fucking weekend. You play the same goddamn songs. All the songs sound the same. What do you expect? Like, come on, man. Nice. Yeah. For real. I never liked Taylor Swift, ever. Like, I don't know her as a person, so I don't know. But to me, it always seemed like she was quick to use the black community to, like, kind of step her career up, just like Miley Cyrus. And then when it didn't work anymore, she went back to, I'm just a nice white girl. You know, that's the vibe I got. You know? I've heard Kansas sucks. I've heard Nashville sucks. I've heard Austin sucks. I've heard a lot of the places that used to be good for, like, creativity completely suck now. I'm like, yeah, that's what happens when conservatives try to get into art. They're not very good at it. In order to be an artist, one has to have a liberal mindset. I'm not saying you have to be a liberal. I'm just saying you have to have a liberal mindset. You know? Like, I'm guessing I'm what they would call, like, Midwest blue, or what a lot of, like, people would call, like, left of center. But, like, the fact is that, like, yeah, J-Fan, that's a wicked good point. Like, all of her songs are also clearly written by other people. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I'm just like, bullshit, you wrote all of these. Bullshit. Like, I call bullshit. Like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, there's a reason why so many people love your stuff, and your stuff hits so many chords. It's because other people are writing them for you. Like, you know, actual talented writers are writing your songs for you. You know, that's why I'm like kind of looking to maybe become a ghostwriter myself. Because it's just like, you know what? Fuck it. I get the bigger paycheck at the end of the day than the artist does. You know, so it's just like... Oh, yeah, I believe her earlier stuff was absolutely her. Absolutely. Totally. But, like, once we got up to, like, Shake It Off, no. No. I don't think she was writing her own stuff at that point. But her earlier stuff, yeah, absolutely. When she was a kid, definitely. Hannah Montana or Taylor Swift? So you mean Miley Cyrus or Taylor Swift? I guess Miley. I guess. Taylor doesn't seem like she's ever been in a fight in her life, so she would like freeze up and not know what to do. Miley seems like she's probably thrown hands at least once. She's kind of a hick, so you know. I don't know Miley Cyrus, but I cannot stand that chick. I'm like, put your tongue back in your goddamn fucking mouth. Jesus Christ. And I know her dad's Billy Ray Cyrus. Don't tell my heart, my ache, breaky heart. And don't tell me that Miley wouldn't be famous if Billy Ray, her daddy, hadn't gone to every single fucking record producer in LA and eventually find one that didn't tell him, your daughter sucks, dude. Like, and actually had one record an album for her, you know? Like, so, like, Miley would not be anywhere if she wasn't a Nepo baby. And that's a fact. Like, it's a fact. Like, you know, like, when she talks, her voice is like, you know, what I had to say. She sounds like she's chewing drywall. It's ridiculous. Without Billy Ray, there'd be no Miley Cyrus, which I fucking hate. Like almost every artist and actor in the industry right now is a Nepo baby. And like, just because your parents were good at that thing does not mean you are good at that thing. I like Achy Breaky Heart. Billy Ray seems like he's leeching off his daughter at this point. It's like, bro, your career's dead. We all know that. Like, I don't know. I never met him. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And she wouldn't have gotten in that position if her last name wasn't Cyrus. Like, and yeah, she was a decent actor. Not gonna lie on that. But, like, I don't know. I never liked her music. I never liked what she stood for. Like, you know, trying to say that she was trying to do female empowerment. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not. Roots, you're not allowed to kick people anymore. I was having a great conversation the other night about high school DxD. I was having a really good time. And you banned that kid, and I don't know where he is now. I don't get to talk about anime much. Anyway. But yeah, Miley Cyrus, yeah, no, I can't stand her, dude. Like, the only like Nepo child I can deal with is Jacob Dylan. It happens. And yeah, he was the lead singer of the Wallflowers. He's Bob Dylan's son from Bob's first marriage. And I think Jacob Dylan's a really good writer. Apparently he's a dick in real life, but I'm like, so is his dad though. All good. It's all good, man. Mistakes happen to err as human. I like Ben Stiller, actually. He's really awesome. Michael Keaton seems like a kick-ass guy, too. So was Nicolas Cage, but I like him, too. They're good actors. Nicolas Cage is Francis Ford Coppola's nephew. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the stars that you see in Hollywood, even like back in the day, yeah, they were all born to famous people already. That's why it's like never been easy to break into Hollywood, because it's a big social club and you ain't part of it. I think so too. I think that Bringing Down the Horse was a kick-ass album. No worries. Yeah, it's a lot of it's family ties, and it's annoying because it's like, dude, just because you're good at music does not mean your kid's going to be good at music. Case in point, Willow Smith. I know, I know. What did I just say? What? How dare you speak ill of Willow? Her voice isn't very good and her songs aren't very good. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, and people be like, you're just hating because your career hasn't taken off. No, that's not it. I just know what something is when I hear it. No, Will wasn't even that great either. Ha ha! Hey, what? Ho ho! That was most of his fucking rap right there, man. Like, and have you heard of that new freestyle that he did? Oh my god. The secondhand embarrassment that I got. Holy shit. Sometimes I'm an action star. Sometimes I'm an act bizarre. What the fuck was that? What in the name nightmarish fuck was that? Like, what? What? It's like, Will, stop it. When you smack Chris Rock, dude, your respect went goodbye. No one respects you anymore, man. We all see that you're just afraid to leave Jada because she gets half your shit. All right? Like, just divorce the woman, walk away into the sunset, and say you had a good run. All right? That's it. It's over, dude. Like, enough. Stop it. Stop trying. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, there's a point in which you just done fucked up too much. Yeah, you know? And the only one anyone remembers is Getting Jiggy with It. Or Welcome to Miami. I don't know. I don't remember. All I remember from Welcome to Miami is that hot Spanish chick saying, Bienvenido a Miami. That's the only part I remembered. Like, so, yeah. Will and Jada fucked their kids up. I feel bad for Willow and Jada, honestly. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They're trying to escape their parents' shadows, and their parents keep casting an ever larger shadow by acting more and more like fucking children. Like, and like, dude, I don't know, dude. I don't know. If my mom like banged one of my friends, like, number one, my mom's 79, fucking gross. Like, but let's say Jada was, my mom was Jada's age, which my mom actually is, because like the birth mom is. But like, if she hooked up with one of my friends, I would never be the fucking same. I'd be like, okay, yep, we're not gonna have a relationship anymore. Like, that's gross, man. He's not trans, no. I don't know if he's on drugs, but I know that his mind's out to lunch. Thanks, Roots. Yeah, you just can't set up your kids in a shadow like that. Like, Willow's doing okay on her own, but like, I just say her music's not good. That's it. I don't know her as a person, so she seems to have her head on relatively straight, but her parents are insane. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's like this epidemic of like what some folks would call YNs, young ninjas that are like flowing into the scene, and I don't know. These rich girls like these young ninjas, man. Is what it is. Amanda Bynes is a mess. Jesus Christ. She got that heart tattooed on her face. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? So I'm like, so you just gave up, huh? Like, you've just given up at this point. Anybody that gets a face tattoo after they've had like a movie career, like, so you've given up. Like, it's done. Like Aaron Carter. I felt so bad for Aaron. He had that career with, his older brother, being in, I think it was NSYNC or some shit. I don't remember. But yeah, Aaron Carter, poor kid. He never had an opportunity to be correct and be okay. And then the drugs got him, and you could tell, and then, yeah. So rest in peace to Aaron. Poor kid. I'm sorry I keep scratching my nose. It's my fucking allergies. Fucking Christ. Ugh. Like, but, yeah. Like, who was the DJ that died in that plane crash that almost killed Travis Barker? DJ AM, was that it? Yeah. He was awesome too. It sucks that, like, dude, when we lose musicians young, it always seems like the good ones. Like, it's never a shit musician. It's always one that's doing fairly well. Like, I don't know. I think it's that. I think maybe that's why it's it, because since they're taken so young. Yeah. Drake got some stuff going on. Dude, I tell people now, I'm like, do not ever get your kids involved with acting or music unless you are with them 24/7. Like, period. Do not do it. It is not an industry that is meant for children. Children should not be in it. Like, they should not be a part of it. There's examples up the crazy from Michael Jackson all the way to Drake Bell. And, like, Selena Gomez, all of that shit. All of these kids were victimized, Like, oh my God. Song recordings? The Day I Tried to Live by Soundgarden, I think, has one of the best guitar riffs in, like, history. Selena Gomez got, like, Dan Schneider in Nickelodeon, that whole foot thing that was going on with Nickelodeon for a while. Yeah, he had a foot fetish, so he would, like, do that with all the kids, like, do stuff with their feet and shit. And remember how, like, P. Diddy was on, like, that show from time to time? You don't find that odd as fuck? Like, come on, man. Like, molestation happens? No, dude, that's fucked up. Like, I mean, it does, but it shouldn't ever. And and as far as, like, an industry goes, the music industry and the acting industry, all those ones, you need to keep your kids on a very, very short leash, because it's not a healthy environment for them to be in. An adult, that's one thing, but kids, that's a totally different picture. What up, eBay gang? Nader. Yo, away. Roots, what's that comment? Molestation happens. That's fucked up. That's not, like, if you're just saying, like, yeah, it happens. Like, excuse me? Like, what? Yeah, like, a lot of these parents, and, like, once their kids do make millions of dollars on their talents in the movies, the parents are like, we're gonna take, we're gonna hold on to your money until you're a certain age, and then you'll have power. But until then, we have, power of attorney over your money. That's why I think it was Gary Coleman. What you talking about, Willis? He had to emancipate himself from his parents so that he could get his money. Dude, I'm sorry, Roots. It does, like, I hate how fucking common it is. It's fucking terrifying. I think it's like 7 in every 10 girls, like, I don't know about that either. Like, if my kids wanted to play football when they were really young, like American football, there's no fucking way I'd let them do it. No way. Or in high school, Like, those coaches don't give a fuck about my kids' brain health. They care about looking good for the school. CTE, my friend, CTE. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy. I'm glad, dude. I'm glad. I've been raped twice, both by women. And, I'm over it now. I'm good with it. But, like, no one took it seriously at the time. Big fucking joke at the time. My friends got a lot of laughs out of that. But, yeah, I think it's like 7 out of 10 girls get molested and, like, 4 out of 10 boys. Like, the fuck, Charles? Yeah, and they say that, like, it's more common for gay people to be for queer people to be um, uh, predators. And that's not true. What it is that queer kids don't have anybody to come out to and don't have anybody to talk to about things. So they're way easier to victimize by predators who are looking for them. And then when they're preyed upon, the abused turns into the abuser later on. That's why it seems to be more prevalent in that community, because that community has been marginalized and shunned for years. You know, it's that same stupid bullshit about like 13% of the population makes up 50% of the crime population. And it's like, that's not true at all. Like that thing that you're talking about was the thing that was published in like, I think the 90s. Like, and it's like, yeah, black people make up about 13% of the population, but they only make up about 30% of the jail population. 69% of the jail population is white, you know. So it's like it's like my brother in white, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously. No one cares if you're gay, Roots. Like, no one cares. Nobody cares if you were or not. Like, cool that you're not. I believe you. I also don't care. Oh boy. But yeah, no, I've never seen a child actor come out of the game okay. You know, I've never ever. They always end up fucked up in some way or another. Okay, I take it back. Like, Drew Barrymore ended up okay. But she's a sweetheart, isn't she? I love her so much. Like, she's like, she was my like childhood like star crush when I was like really, really young, you know? Yeah, she came out okay. Like, but she's a sweetheart. I love her to death. Well, she's getting older, you know, and as you get older, life gets, and I imagine you're at that level, I imagine things get tiring, you know? But who knows? There's a lot of crazy shit going on in Hollywood, you know? Yeah, that's probably it. She stopped dolling herself up like crazy. I still love her. I love Drew. I always will. I mean, she's older than me by a good bit, but I always saw her as like this adorable little thing. Like, oh, that sucks. Oh, wait, I've seen her talk show. She's not that annoying. Like, come on. She's just a talk show host. They're all annoying. Let's face it. It's a talk show. It's a talk show, Roots. Come on. Come on. Like, Steve Harvey is so great to have on your ears. 50 First Dates is a great movie. And what's weird is that, like, there are people that have that condition. Like, it's crazy. Steve Harvey, by the way, in like my personal opinion, like, this is legit how I feel about him as a human being. He can go fuck himself. Like, legit. And I know that a lot of the religious community agrees with him, and if you do agree with him, you can go fuck yourself too. Because they asked him about atheist people. And he was like, well, you can't trust atheist. Well, you can't trust atheist people because, you know, they don't know God. And people that don't know God, they don't have the ability to love because God is love. And I'm like, Steve, with every meaning of the fullest extent of the two words that I'm about to say, fuck you. Like, legitimately, like, to the strongest terms of both of those words, fuck you. Like, oh God, like, you're telling me because I don't believe in God that I'm incapable of loving someone? Homie, go fuck yourself. Yes, he is e-begging Nader. He's extremely wrong, and it's incredibly insulting to say that to anybody. To be like, if you don't believe in God, you don't know what true love is. If God is anything from what I've read in the Bible, God is a mass of hatred and insecurity. No, he's not. Yeah. Don't start on the God loves me bullshit stuff. I'll kick you off this stream faster than you can blink. I don't believe in that shit. I'm not going to. I've seen nothing but damage come out of religion. Nothing. That's why I'm an anti-theist. I don't think any religion should exist. It just teaches you to hate other people. And hate other people for beliefs that they have no proof in and you have no proof in. Like so. You have to look inside of yourself. Isn't that convenient? Yeah. Cool. I was a member of a church and a good little Jesus boy for a long time. And there is no God. Yeah, I'm done with you. I don't put up with, like, I don't need to listen to you. I really don't. Bye. Anyway, I don't like the Jesus shit. Get off my fucking case. Anyway, what do you think is the greatest human invention? Fire or wheels? Ooh, that's a tough one. We truly invent fire, discover it. Of course, we didn't invent fire. That's a weird. That's a silly thing to think. Like invent fire. No, we found fire. Like probably a lightning strike, I would imagine. But I'd say that's probably the most important thing that we found was fire, because it allowed us to learn how to cook bacteria out of things and make things more palatable and edible and keep us warm, allow us to make clothing better, allow us to make weaponry better, to make use of sap and many other things. So I would say fire. E-begging? I got rid of her ass. I'm not listening to that God loves you bullshit. Look inside yourself. It's so condescending and like pedantic. I don't have time for it. So, if we're gonna go on that journey, you can just leave. That kind of thing. But I would say fire. Fire is probably. But the wheel was super important because that changed the way that we delivered goods to one another. But I'd say fire because it came first. So I'd say fire. Because way before we had wheels, we had fire. So. Ooh, that's a tough one. That's doorknobs. There's more doors than there are cars. And cars don't have doorknobs. So I guess I'd go with doorknobs. That's a good question, though. Doorknobs are handles in the world. Cars have handles, though. Nowadays, probably handles. Yeah, like the first wheel we made was, of course, just your average, get water really wet. I'm not going to play guitar. You get water, I'm sorry, you get wood really wet and then you bend it into the curve and then keep it there until it dries and stays that way, and hammer it together and doobly dop. Okay. I will. Thanks, Ruth. Yeah, do you actually know, interesting fact, Thomas Jefferson created the swiveling chair and the curtain, like curtain rod that pulled the curtains across, because he figured out how to use ball bearings like that, yeah, on drawers and shit. Like so he used it on a chair and he made the first swivel chair. Fun fact. Another one is that, like, Thomas Edison, like, killed animals en masse. Like, no bullshit. Like, look it up. Thomas Edison was a fucking dick. Like, to the highest degree. Just to the highest degree of dickdom. That guy rose to. Like, just racist. Fucking stole pretty much every invention that he put out because he worked at the patent office. I don't know, because those wheels, I don't know if they count as wheels. Like, some of them are wheels, but some of them are ball bearings. Exactly. And he screwed George Westinghouse. Screwed him over, too. Like, Tesla and Westinghouse were going behind the AC current, which worked better. But Thomas Edison started this giant smear campaign for DC current, his current, to work, which doesn't work as well. So in order to prove that AC current was dangerous, he would electrocute animals. Like, you can find the video where he electrocutes Topsy the elephant. And that's not bullshit. You can look up the video. I know it was on Bob's Burgers, but it's for real. You can look it up, and the poor elephant gets electrocuted to death. And it was like, well, Topsy killed 3 people. I'm like, well, Topsy was a fucking elephant. Oh, yeah, he killed the elephant. Yeah, you can find the video. It's fucked up. That poor thing. I love elephants, okay? I got a special place in my heart for elephants and foxes and mustelids and whales. I got special place in my heart for those animals. Like, obviously all animals, but, like, there's some that are just, like, I really love. And elephants are one of them. Because they live as long as we do. And they have brains like ours. You know, so when an elephant... Yeah, I love all animals, you know. They're all innocent. That's my point. Animals and babies are the only true innocent thing on the planet. True innocence. So, like, that's why I would love to work in an animal sanctuary. Like, I wanted to be a vet for a long time. But then I realized a whole shitload of veterinary work is putting animals down. And I am too much of a bleeding heart for that. I'd be sobbing every single time. And you can't do that in front of the owners. That is incredibly not professional. But even talking about it, see? I get weepy. Animals mean everything to me. Like, just because, yeah, they're the only true innocent things on this planet. You know? Because even when they're killing something, it's not personal. It's for survival. You know? You know, and it's programmed in there. It's instinct. It's not something that they're choosing to do out of malice, you know? Mustelids are weird, though. They do kill shit. Yeah, it messes me up. You know, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing how we live amongst side animals. And it's interesting how much they recognize us as a danger. That's like why I say, like, if an animal like comes up to you, that's not a good thing. What up, Brian? Thank you. Tuning in from the Philippines. Yeah, if an animal comes up to you and is like willing to interact with you, be careful, because it either may be used to human contact and might be used to getting food from humans. So if you don't have food, it may attack you. Like, or it might have rabies. Like, there might be something like truly fucking wrong with it. Like, a healthy animal should be very afraid of people. That's just the way that is. Like, but it's funny because where I sit over here in the summer, and I'll just watch stuff on here or do my live streams or whatever, the rabbits and the squirrels have realized that I'm not going to come after them because I'm out here every day. They realize that I'm not going to come after them. I'm not going to, like, even disturb them. And there's no predators around when I'm outside. So they all just hang around me and eat nuts and berries and shit while I'm on YouTube. I feel like a fucking Disney princess. It's amazing. And like, cause all these little animals is coming out because they know that as long as I'm there, a predator won't show up. Like, no, I won't feed them. I will not feed them. That's not my place. You know, leave everything untouched. I just let them know that I'm here. I'm not a danger. What's up, Mantham? Like, I'm not a danger. I am just here watching my stories, watching my anime, having a soda. I am not a threat to a rabbit or a squirrel. There's a fox den in the backyard. You can worry about that when I go inside. They are. Rabbits are insanely fast. But it's funny because we have a warren that's like right over here. I'm sorry, over this way. Like, and over under these trees and all that area over there, there's clearly a rabbit warren. Like, because there's a lot of rabbits. What's with the rabbits and snow bunnies? Let's talk politics, man. No, dude, I just got off that. I'm out there like every day, and I don't interfere with them in any way, shape, or form. I'm sure if I did start like giving them nuts like every day, they would start coming up to me. But like then I'm worried that when I go outside and I don't have treats, that they'll like be like, okay, now I'm pissed. Because they see it as like what's the word I'm going for? Scheduled thing, you know. Okay, when big ape man comes outside, he gives us nuts. Like, that's how that works, you know, and that's how they see it. So when I come outside, I'm just like, hey guys, they're like, where are the fucking nuts? Like, you know, so oh, I'm sorry, yeah, dude, I can't read sarcasm. I used to be able to, but then my autism got, you know, progressed. Now I can't. My mom feeds squirrels corn on the cob in a treehouse. That's awesome. That's awesome. I don't have a problem with them. Some people do. And I get it. If you have like corn silos or like you're trying to keep grain, I get it. They're annoying. They're basically rats with poofy tails. But I live in the middle of nowhere. I don't have any grain to steal. So I'm going to let the squirrels do their thing. Plus I have a fox den in the backyard. So it's just like, everybody got to get along here. When I go inside, them foxes are on, you know. Yeah, and like, you know, it is what it is. Like, the circle of life, right? I love people that think that nature is this like wonderful utopia where animals get along. It's this nice world where everybody. I'm like, nature is chaos. Nature is just it's an orgy of chaos and violence is what it is. Like, especially if you go into some place like the woods or the jungle. Like, you know. Oh, sure, they're getting the water from down back there in my backyard. There's a big swamp down there. There's also running water down that area, down the street. I mean, there's a lot of spots. Plus, I live on a slight hill, so like water will collect. But I assume down back where the there's no fucking way I'm swimming in that thing. No way in hell. It's probably a snapping turtle in it. I don't feel like going with that shit. Nah. There's some big ass snapping turtles around this area, and you don't realize how long their necks are until they go to try to bite you. And it's like, okay, never mind. Forever, never mind. Like, no alligators here. Way too cold. But like, you ever seen a snapping turtle run? Yeah, whoever told you they lied to all of us. Turtles are insanely fast. It's terrifying. Like, it's like they lied to us. It's tortoises that are slow. And even they can go quick when they want to. But no alligators. I'm way too far up north to see alligators. That's why it was weird living in living in LA, because instead of squirrels running in front of me, suddenly it was lizards running in front of me, and I'm like, Jesus fuck! First time I saw one, scared the shit out of me, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in the fucking desert, Jesus. Whew. So that took a couple weeks of getting used to. Like, but yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time. What a mistake that was, though. I should have stayed in LA, in total honesty. I should have stayed out there and done my thing. I probably could have made it in music by now, but it is what it is. Yeah, the little skinks. Am I thinking of the right thing? Maybe skink isn't the right one. I don't know. You guys got the little horned lizards and stuff because it's so effing dry. I don't know what ran in front of me. I just know it was fast as fuck and red. That's all I know. Like, I was like, the fuck? Like, it scared the living shit out of me because I'm used to squirrels and like chipmunks, whatever. I'm not used to lizards, man. Like, that took me a bit. And like one time I was on my way home and this opossum was outside of a building and this opossum just looks at me. And I look at him. And we're just looking each other right in the eyes. And we're both thinking the exact same thing. We're like, you stay right over there. You stay right over there and we're not going to have a problem. You understand me? You stay over there. I'm going to stay right over here. You stay over there. And neither of us are going to have a problem. That's my Tony Soprano. But like then I learned opossums are way more scared of people than we are of them. Like you can literally walk up to them and just gank them by the back of the neck and they'll just hold their mouths open and shit. But like, yeah, they're more terrified of us than them. But I didn't know that at the time. Like I was like, what, 23, 24, whatever. Like I didn't know that at the time. And I'm just looking at this thing. Yeah, I'm going to do Tony Soprano again. And I'm going to say, you stay over there. You stay over there. I'm going to stay right here. You come anywhere near me, I'm going to have something bad's going to happen to you. Understand me? So, neither of us, I just kept walking up the hill, and he stayed in front of the door, and we had a mutual agreement, and we moved on. Yeah, there's a major size difference in the two of them, though. You know, a possum looks at you and is like, this thing's gonna fucking kill me. A bear is one of those rare animals that looks at you and says, yeah, I can kill the shit out of you and you're no danger to me, and I know that. Like, they just rather stay away from us because they understand. The fact that bears recognize what guns look like terrifies the shit out of me. Like, I've watched a bear charging a dude, and the guy points a double-barrel shotgun at it, and that bear cuts to the right and just books it. I'm like, that bear just recognized that shotgun. That's fucking terrifying. But I guess it's good. Bears need to stay afraid of us. Jesus Christ. The damage Timothy Treadwell did up in Alaska. Oh my goodness. How are you going to go to war with the Parks Department? Like, how are you going to go? That's the one branch of government that does anything good. Like, how you going to have beef with the Parks Department? Especially when they're taking care of a bear sanctuary that you're not supposed to be on, acclimating the Alaskan grizzly bear, one of the biggest terrestrial fucking predators on the planet, and you're acclimating them to be around people. Timothy, what you're doing is bad. And he got eaten. You know, watch the Werner Herzog documentary. The Werner Herzog documentary. Yeah, the California grizzly, man. It's gone now. There's a reason for that, you know? Humans cannot live alongside bears. Not gonna happen, ever. Man, there's a reason you don't see bears in California anymore. Because people live there now. People, I can understand why, like, back in the day, like, the settlers or the, let's face it, colonists were heading, you know, out west. And if they saw a bear, they thought that thing was a fucking monster, like a legitimate monster. And I can understand why. Because, like, some of the ones that they saw had probably been in generations of bears that had not been hunted for years. So they had the chance to get big, really big. So I can imagine some of the bears they saw, if the bears stood on their hind legs, would be about 10 feet tall. And that's horrifying Like, that would be absolutely, that would be a monster. You know, you shoot it with your rifle, does nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. Just poop, pisses it off. Like, and so, yeah. Like, you read some of the old tales from, like, the colonists from when they were, like, going to, like, heading through the Northwest Passage and shit, and, like, you read some of the notes that they have on the bears that they ran into, and you'd have thought they ran into, like, just, like, something straight from hell. Like, they say, like, these things are virtually unkillable unless you get a shot directly between the eyes or up into the mouth. That was basically the only way to get a kill shot on him. Unless, or if you had a gigantic knife and you got him right, you know, where it would be on us right here. So you get between the ribs and get a heart shot, you know, but like, no, and I want to so bad because Richard Glass was a real person. So that story was like real. And so yeah, I want to see The Revenant really bad. I was a junkie when The Revenant came out, so like I was too busy getting high off dope to go see it, you know. I know it looks amazing. Honestly, I'd be a little pissed off if my fellow camping men left me to die too. I will do that. Son of a whore. My blinker needs charged. Oh, yeah. It looked amazing, and I know the real story of Richard Glass, so yeah, it looks incredible. Plus, you know, huge Red Dead Redemption 2 fan. I still think it's the best game on earth. So I love cowboy stuff. And I always hate it that, like, I'm always like, whenever I play a video game, I'm like, don't like this I'm like, don't like this character just because he's a cowboy. Don't like this character just because he's a cowboy. And then I end up liking that character just because he's a cowboy. Like, it's just like, every time. I'm like, yep, no, okay. I'm an American, I guess. I like the gunslinger shit. My favorite time in U.S. history is the Old West from after the Civil War to 1900. Literally was classified as the Wild West. Like, that's my favorite time in history. Like, there's so many great stories because, like, everywhere, I can't say that. Everywhere hadn't been settled yet. It hadn't been, you know. Oh, I love the medieval times too, absolutely. Especially the Wars of the Roses and the entire Plantagenet dynasty. Everything from, like, before William the Conqueror to, speaking of William the Conqueror, my mom's family, the Croy family, Scottish family, they helped William the Conqueror win against King Harold to become the first king of England. So they were like some of the first English, like, lords out there. My mom's great ancestor is Lady Jane Grey, the 13-day queen, which means that my mom is distantly related to Henry the fucking 8th. Ridiculous. It's awesome. I'm adopted, so I don't have lineage like that. My grandpa was in the band Boston. He was their guitarist. No, I'm not technically royalty. I'm rock royalty. Like I said, my grandpa played guitars for Boston. You know, so I'm rock royalty, I guess. But certainly not a Nepo baby, that's for sure. But my brother and myself got my grandfather's art bug, you know. Like, because both he and I play music, have been in plays, have been doing talent shows since, like, we were sprats, you know. Like, so clearly my grandpa Paul's music talent came out in, you know, through my mom's side. Yeah, Paul Melanson. He played guitar on Boston's album. He's not listed on the credits, but, like, he was a studio musician for Boston, the band Boston. You know, more than a feeling. Yeah, that band. Yeah. Yes, he is. Paul Melanson's my grandpapa. There it is. Small world, huh? Yeah. Yeah, my grandpappy was in that band. What up, Zoto? What's with the dot? Is that one of those dots? Like, come on, man. Is that one of those dots? I can't tell. I don't know how to read internet language anymore. See? Don't know how to read it. Melanson? Melancon. But like I said, he's not, no, Melanson. M-A-L-O, wait a minute. M-A-L-O-N, wow. C-Y-N, no, C-O-N. Melancon, it's spelled like that. M-E-L-A-N-C-O-N, Melanson, there it is. It's like the second most common French last name. And my dad's last name is Michaud, which is the most common French last name, so I did it by mistake. Well, looked it up? Oh, I did it by the dot. Okay. No, you won't find him if you look it up. I guarantee you will not find him. He was a studio musician. He got paid like $200 and was not given credits. Like, you know. Oui, exactly. Melanson and Michaud. You can't get more French than that. Like, come on. Does he have long hair and glasses? I don't know. I've never met him. I was adopted when I was 3 months old, so I don't know. Couldn't tell you. You can find him on Facebook, I think. But don't. Give my mom's family her respect. They don't want anything to do with me. Well, not that they don't. My mom just doesn't. When she put me up for adoption, she put me out of her head. And that was the way that is. That's the way it is, and I have to respect it. No, I don't. I've seen one picture of him. You know. From a long time ago. I wish I knew French. It's one of those languages I really wish I knew. Like French, Spanish, Japanese. Like, these are like definitely languages I'd love to learn. Because, like, I don't know, anybody that's bilingual has a fucking has an advantage. Like, I should have taken Spanish classes way more seriously when I was young. Like, but when I was a kid, it was the 90s, and people were like, why should we have to learn Spanish? It's America. They should have to learn English. Like, and no one told us, like, oh, by the way, the Spanish community's 30% of this country and was one of the first colonizing languages of this country. And plus, it's a good idea to know 2 languages. I should have paid more attention. So my Spanish... yeah, right. So my Spanish is okay, but, like, not very good. It's enough to, like, get me through a conversation, but that's with me switching between Spanish and English words constantly. Like, yeah. Like, I'll be like, ¿Cuándo Crystal Head? Like, $50. My friends will look at me and I'll be like, $50. And they're like, okay. Boy. Too bad Paul McCartney wasn't my grandpa. My Vata, my grandfather, his mother tongue was German, but he didn't teach my dad or my uncle German. I don't know why. That's kind of true. one of my ex when I was like 20 to 24, she was Boricua, like straight up like Puerto Rican. Like so she spoke Spanish and like but she like said that like Spanish and Portuguese they can like communicate well enough but like not great. Like it's different enough, like like there's a difference between gracias and obrigado, you know. But I wish I knew more languages other than English. But I was born in a time in America where they were like, you don't need to learn another language. It's very stupid. Yeah, their accent's weird. God, it's the truth de mente. Goodness the wheel. Like, it's like, whoa. Like, kind of sing-songy, you know? Like, every single culture has rednecks, though, I swear to God. Like, who was it? Gabriel Iglesias? He pointed this out. So funny. Holy shit. It was like, he's like, you got like, how y'all doing? Like, and then you got like, get us on there. So it's like, oh my God, you're fucking right. like, oh my God, you're right. Holy shit. Like, Spanish is fast paced. That's why I have to speak it slowly. Like, and then I tell people, I'm like, the Spanish that I've been learning, I have to say this in Spanish. I'm like, el español, mi estudiar, está Spanish. And they're like, oh, real Spanish. Like, and they say it in English. And I'm like, sure. Dude, Argentina, period, is crazy. Like, oh my God. Yeah, that's why, like, sometimes it's hard to keep up with Spanish. Like, because it's like, dude, I need you to slow down. Like, especially Cuban people, you go into a Cuban restaurant, you know, ¿Cuánto quieres? And it's like, I don't know. Like, it's like, ¿Qué tú quieres? Like, I don't know yet. I haven't even looked at the menu yet. I don't know what I want yet. Jesus. Like, and it's like Gabriel said. He's like, can I get a coffee? A cafecito? And it's like, sure, a coffee. And it's like, sí, cafecito. No, because when they say cafecito, they mean espresso. Like, that's what they mean. They're talking about espresso. So he was like, I love what he said. I don't know if you noticed me, but I'm not an Ito, I'm an Ande. I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. And like, so they bring him like they didn't have a big like coffee cup, so they brought him like a bowl of espresso, and he like drank that, and I'm like, you must have been up for like 4 days, dude. That Cuban espresso is like fucking like meth. It's crazy. I'm like, now I get why Cubans are like revved up all the fucking time. They drinking that coffee. Like, now I get it. And it's like, oh man. But I don't know. The only people I've ever met that are like really shitty to be around have been white people, honestly. I think it's funny, in total honesty. I speak German. It's like, I am from Germany. Your joke is very funny, yeah. It makes me laugh on the inside. Your shoes are nice. They could look worse on you. That is a German compliment. Everything in German is negative. Even the positive is negative. I love that. Like, I love it. You're like, nice weather today, yeah? And they're like, could be worse. And that means yes. Like, I love that shit. I always thought that was funny as fuck. Also, you don't gesture with your right hand in Germany. That's fun. Like, you like go to be like, over to that one. They're like, nine. And it's like, left hand, my bad. And it's like, why do you do that? And they'll be like, history. And it's like, this is why I like you guys. And I'm like you guys took that to the umpteenth degree, where it's like, we literally hate the Nazis so much that we're not gonna let you point with your fucking right hand, just in case we think it's a Nazi salute. Dude, America needs to adopt that shit. Like, legitimately. Fuck the Nazis, man. Fuck the Nazis. All day long. Fuck that little Austrian painter piece of shit. I wish that Jack What's-His-Face had shot him in World War I and gone about his day. Like, But then we would have had to have dealt with Edmund Gooding and fucking, like, all of the fucking garbage that would have came with him. Because we know Edmund Gooding would have fucking taken up the, you know, the same, like, point right after World War I, because Germany needed somebody to blame at that moment. But I'm not saying, you know, I'm not shitting on Germany. I'm just saying that at that moment in time, their leadership really fucked up. Like, because it's like, yes, a Serbian did shoot an Austrian. That's really fucked up, you know. Yep. I do that too. I hold my fork with my right hand and I cut with my left hand. And someone told me that's the European way to do it. The American way to do it is cut with your right hand and then switch hands and then eat. And I'm like, who the fuck told you that? Like, so I eat the European way, I guess. But Germany's one of my favorite places. Just from what I've seen of it, from what I've heard of it. I want to go to Oktoberfest so badly. I've heard it's the last week of September, though, but I don't know. And like the rest of October, but it starts in September. I don't know. I want to go. Like, of course I tried schnitzel. My dad was German. My grandmother is full-blooded German. Exactly. That's exactly. Fork goes in your right hand because that's where the food goes. My right hand is my dominant one. Yeah. Schnitzel's very good. Spätzle's good. I do not like sauerkraut. I don't care what anybody says. I hate sauerkraut. I don't like relish that much either. I kind of do, but not that much. But yeah, Bratwurst, Wiener Schnitzel. You know, there's a lot of good German foods. Ha! I think you are too, because I love potatoes. And the way you guys cook potatoes is odd. My grandma did too. Like, she left the skin on and boiled them. I'm like, what are you? I'm like, Mutter, no weird, but why do you cook the potatoes like that? Like, why? Like, it's like, you know, whatever. Like, but yeah, she was, you know, German. Like, you know, very racist. Oh, but, that's not that Germans are. It's just that the decade that my grandmother was from, her German was. Especially against Puerto Ricans. She had a fucking hang up on them. I'm like, Mutter, it's because they came in to Lawrence and you're used to the Italians being there. Calm down. Just chill out. I'm guessing you didn't like the Italians much when they were there either, but whatever. My Vata, my grandfather, he owned a butcher shop, you know, in Andover. And, you know, cool shit in my mind. Like, very German family. You know, we had the candelabra, you know, not just, one Tannenbaum. You know, we also had the candelabra with all the candles that made the top thing spin. We had one of those. My grandmother had one. Oh, I wish I spoke German, mate. This comment section is not item to something Germany. I got a bit of it, not all of it. Is it true that Italians aren't considered white? They are now, but when they first got to America, no, they were not. Like, which is weird. Like, and then they said that Christopher Columbus was Italian and he discovered America. And that got Americans on board with Italians. They were like, okay, all right. Like, so they got welcomed into the fold of whiteness. Like, you know. It's why Sudanese people who are from Africa but they're from Northeast Africa, are not considered black. They're considered brown, just like Egyptian people. Brown, not black. Yeah, black people are more considered towards uh, the eastern coast of Africa, around kind of where it like goes in and then starts to go down around that coast, because that's where the slave trade started from there to Haiti and Jamaica, like, and that brought itself up here towards Florida and stuff like that. Those are black people, like, so yeah. Das ist gut. Das ist gut. Yeah, but like that's how, like, that's why I've always hated the term African American, because I'm like, dude, you can come from South Africa and be as white as sour cream, and you're technically African American at that point. Like, just say you're black. It's fine. Like, I didn't even know black people existed until I learned about the civil rights movement. Like, my best friend was black, but I never considered him black. I was like, Andy has darker brown skin than I do. My skin's kind of a olive pink color. His skin is a darker brown. It's a really pretty color. That's all I thought. I didn't even know black people were a concept until he's not tan. He's just light-skinned black. But I didn't even know that black people were a concept until I learned about the civil rights movement. Like, and I was like, white people did what? Like, because to me, I never saw black people. I saw a lot of amazing shades of brown, like mahogany, oak, wood, like different colors of wood and chocolate and hazel, all these amazing colors of brown. Never saw a black person really, like, so, but my parents, like, they didn't raise me to notice that shit. My mom made sure that was never brought up. Like, when my friend came over, we never talked about him being black or anything like that. So I never even knew the term until I was in like 4th grade. Legitimately, it's dumb. It's fucking stupid. Like, and it's all based on simply where you're at on the equator. The closer you are to the equator, the darker your skin color is. That's that easy. Like, it's that simple. Like, 1, 2, 3, racism done. Like, what people seem to have a problem with is the culture that comes with other people. They're like, this culture is different than mine, therefore it's scary. Therefore it's dangerous because I don't understand it. And white people are really noted for being like, everybody needs to be white. Everybody around here, nobody uses spices. Nobody from here on out, I see anybody using a fucking spice other than salt and pepper, I'm fucking crucifying you. Like, we're going to take every single bit of coolness from every culture and bring it to us and then say we invented it. Fucking white people, dude. Jesus. See how many people I lost from saying that? But it's how I believe, man. White people are a problem. And like, what's cool is that if you are a white person and you hear me say that, you should, like, if you know that you know what I'm talking about, then you know that I'm not talking about you. Like, there's white people and then there's white people, and you know what I'm talking about. Like, so, Oh, goodness gracious, carbonaceous. I am thirsty and hungry, so I'm going to go inside, cut this for now, and then after the gym, maybe I'll come home and play some music. Maybe, if you're lucky. No, I'm kidding. Much love, guys. Take care. Be safe. That's the most important thing. Peace out, guys. Be safe.